Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Drive Time DIY. Today we're changing oil in a 2003 Subaru Forester in a very easy and quick way. This applies to 2003 to 2008 model years any Subarus except for the difference in the oil filter location and the drain plug location. Let's see how we can do it in a very easy and quick way. Let's do it. So to find out which oil is required to do the oil change on your Subaru, you can Google the model year and see what oil does it require. Or else, if you are stuck in a situation where you don't have no internet connection, you can always go under the bonnet and it's written on the oil cap. Let's see. Once you're under the bonnet, you might be confused or flabbergasted seeing all these caps here, and you'd be confused which is the engine oil cap. So here's a quick tip. If you see the cap here, it says engine oil. That's all you need to check for. Engine oil. That's it. It says 5W30. That's what the 2003 Subaru Forester needs. So now that you found out which engine oil your car needs, get yourself a 5-quart bottle of 5W30 engine oil. In this case, I got a high mileage engine oil because my Subaru has more than 225,000 miles, which is a very high mileage. That's why I got myself a high mileage engine oil. So we need a crush washer and an OEM oil filter as part of this oil change. The tools required are an oil drain pan, a funnel to refill the engine oil, and a 17mm socket with a ratchet to open the oil drain plug. Now we're gonna go under the car to find the drain plug. So once you're down there, you might be seeing a bunch of bolts and nuts, and it might be hard for you to find out which is the right one. So that's why I'm here. I'm gonna help you to find out the right one. Let's go down there. So before opening the engine oil drain plug, it's better to remove this engine oil cap and leave it open until you drain the oil all the way down, because opening this engine oil cap will allow the oil to drain easily and fastly with the free flow. Once we are under the car, we look for this exhaust manifold. You see this exhaust manifold here, and right in the center of that exhaust manifold there is this pot which is called the engine oil pan. It has this bolt here which is called the drain plug, and if you open this, the engine oil starts draining. So once you found this engine oil plug, you can see right next to it is an engine oil filter. It clearly says engine on here. So you're gonna have to open this drain plug first. After you drain all the engine oil, then you remove this engine oil filter, and you're gonna have to change that as well. So let's get ourselves the 17mm socket with a ratchet to open this plug and start draining the engine oil. To avoid any engine oil spills, place the pan right under the drain plug so that the oil drains right into the pan when you open the drain plug. So let's go ahead and open the drain plug. So once you see the engine oil is almost drained, you can locate the oil filter right here. So mostly this can be loosened with hand. If not, there is a engine oil filter removal tool that you can find in any auto parts store. It looks like this. So this kind of wrenches onto your filter, and you need to put the ratchet in here to loosen the oil filter. So once you do that, just remove it to hand. Just stay away from the oil spill. You can hand this over to any local auto parts store to recycle. So here's a quick tip before installing your new engine oil filter. Fill it up with some fresh oil so that when we crank the engine up, there's already some fresh oil in the oil filter, and it will be very helpful for our engine oil. And also make sure this rubber seal around the engine oil has some lubricant on it so that the seal is tight. Install the new engine oil filter in the same spot. Hand tight it. So tighten it with your hand until you feel it's snug. You don't really have to tighten it too hard with a ratchet or the wrench. Yeah, hand tight snug should be good. Remove the old crush washer and install the new one on the drain plug and put it back on the pan. So once you have the drain plug on, tighten it using a ratchet. I don't know the exact torque spec, but make sure it's snug. Don't over tighten it, just leave it where you feel it's snug. Now using a funnel, let's refill the engine oil. Just make sure the funnel is free of any debris or like any dirt, so that there's no dirt in your engine oil. Install the funnel. This engine needs about 4.5 quarts of oil, and that's about how much we have. We have a little bit more than 4.5 quarts, so I'm gonna keep checking once I'm like over here to make sure I have right amount and I'm not overfilling my engine. Let's start filling it. Just a little bit more should do it. That's it. Once you're done filling the engine oil, start the engine, give it a couple reps for the engine oil to circulate in the engine properly before you check the oil level through your dipstick. The dipstick is located right next to the engine oil cap. So take this out. Give it a wipe, and before putting it back in, give it a clean wipe so that you get the accurate level of your engine oil.